Welcome to Mindless Entertainment. It is I, Jesse Milestone, coming to you on this Friday with both good news and bad news.
I have a really bad feeling about this.
Where people were just walking around, just jizzing force all over the place. He looks like he has been drinking soy from his mother's teat. Wrap yourselves in, guys, because we are gonna get mean!
I got him! Great kid! Don't get cocky!
Welcome to Mindless Entertainment. My name is Jesse Milestone. I am your God Empress, fearless leader of the Mindless Mob. And here with me is the person who created that amazing intro you just saw, Cody, the Bassman.
What's going on, guys?
Hell yeah.
It's 4/11.
It's 4/11, which is it's 4/12, which is 8 days till 4/20. The countdown begins. If there were 8 days in a week, which there are according to the Beatles, who, fun fact, smoked weed, then it would be a week till 4/20. Oh,
Yeah, they've turned it into a Hallmark holiday anyway. We're gonna get out fucking cards and shit for that soon enough. You watch.
that said, I am gonna replace the matriarchy with the 420 stream. Do you want to be on it too? If you're, I don't know what your working is like.
Yeah, we'll see. We'll see what's going on. We'll definitely check the schedule.
Keely Chow says, "Smoke him if you got him." Damn straight. If you guys were wondering why there was a pause between the countdown, by the way, and the intro, it's because the cat feeder went off and I literally heard cats. And we'll do that thing that you said, Keely Chow.
Yeah, what can I say? The pineapples are a little cheaper up here in Canada, you know. The real estate in the sea isn't too bad.
Reese says, "I'm smoking right now. Let's talk." Hail,
Come
Jess,
on,
and
guys.
everybody else. What's up, Reese? I'll be back in the great. Oh, I forgot. We're gonna have cheesesteaks at some point.
So I kind of want to take the opportunity with the stream being kind of weed themed, if you will, to kind of pick, you know, your experiences and Jeff's experiences as well. Like what was your first time, that kind of thing, and you know, where did you guys kind of start doing?
Dude, well, first of all, before I answer your questions, points of order. Zach Black, oh, you're welcome. You saw, I got you even before the intro was over. I had your wrench back. Anthony Scioli is back. He says, "It's been a while." Welcome back, Anthony. How have you been? Where have you been? Did you get kidnapped? I'm turning 22 tomorrow, so it's legal for me now. Woo! Anthony Scioli, welcome to being an adult. Jeff the Iron Wolf also here. Oh, also Jeff. Jeff is also here.
Hi, everybody.
Hey.
I'm over here working on Mobster.
He's drawing comics, so he's just sort of, peanut gallery.
Putting in the work over there.
Alexander the
4 pages done this week, dude.
Yeah. They're really cool too. I get to see them all. It's fun. Alexander the Great, why can't I get a wrench? You know why. When you get here, Jess, I may not have time to do regular people things. We are planning on doing a meetup next time we do Philly. This time it's Dad's birthday, Passover, Grandma's 96. So it's a lot of like family stuff this time. But next time we are definitely going to do a thing. Oh, Man Squatch says, "Jeff, that shirt rocks." It does.
I bought it for a reason.
So Jeff says, "Other Jeff."
Everyone's the other Jeff to me.
So I waited a long ass time. I had this thing. I had this thing about it. I had just a stigma. I was like, I don't need drugs to be high. I'm high all the time. For some reason, that didn't apply to alcohol. Probably because alcohol got grandfathered in because I started drinking when I was like 11. Family. Family.
Yeah, there you go.
Family. Oh, little man is watching. Oh, great, Jeff. I can't be responsible for corrupting your youth. You're minor. I have a 2-year-old. He's precious to you.
Well, I remember my dad sat me down when I was like 10 years old and he poured me a glass of beer and he's like, "I want you to drink this. I want you to tell me if you like it or not." And I drank like that much of him. Like, this tastes like shit, man. I do not like this. And it ended up being like a Coors Light or something. So it wasn't my kind of beer. But
yeah, no wonder.
And that's the thing. Like, if you find your right beer, like it tastes like pills to me. Like, I find like even like Pabst kind of tastes like pills to me. Like, it ground up somebody's got some fucking sleepy pills in my drink type of thing. So
yeah, I think it's just like piss water. Like just piss water, basically.
Yeah, but
I would say, fortunately, my dad drank Guinness and Sam Adams. So when I did the same thing, my taste, the sip I got was a lot nicer. The nice thing was with that too, was like John, my older brother, when he was probably about 13, or so, was, he's got to taste his daddy's beer. He's a teenager, all that shit. So of course, when I'm 12, John got it. Can I? Never mind that, He had to wait till he was 13. That's how it goes with children's.
Yeah.
And yeah, so I was sipping there. I was drinking wine with Passover. And then I was going to Connecticut with my mom's side of the family. And they were taking me out to bars when I was like 15. It was great. It was a good time. It was amazing. So yeah, alcohol got grandfathered in, but the rest of it, I was just like, I don't know. It's not like I was straight edge or never anything against other people who did. I did like judge them a little bit, like look down and I was like, you're not as cool as me because you need that to have a good time.
Yeah.
And yeah, I honestly, part of me realized though, I was like, Jesse, you know the truth. The truth is that you'll like drugs too much, so probably don't do them. And so I didn't until I graduated from college. And I was like, you did it, Jesse. Congratulations. Smoke some weed.
Yeah.
And so the first time was the night I graduated from college. My friend brought some. We smoked a joint. I didn't feel high, but everyone said I definitely was. And the first time I felt high was later that summer when I was hanging out with, or it might have been the beginning of the next year, when I technically should not have been smoking weed with students because I worked for campus safety, but they were my friends.
No problems.
Yeah. The best part was they're like, all right, let's drive out to the lake and we're going to get really high in the car. And at this point in my weeding experience, I did not want to leave. Everyone was like, I want to go in the outside. Kind of regret that in retrospect. Where I was at, I was like, not leaving the fucking car. Best part was they're like, oh, Jesse, you're you're the perpetual designated driver. So obviously you will be that tonight. Yeah, I can drive when I'm pretty fucked up, when I really shouldn't, when I'm way above the legal limit and I really should not drive. Not that I know from experience, but
No, never.
never.
No.
But it was very different because I had never experienced this feeling before. And my friends were like, let's go to Ralph's and get some, or not Ralph's, fucking Price Chopper, 24-hour Price Chopper, and get some snacks. And I was like, okay. So I drove us there with my hands clenched to the wheel, my face going, oh my God, all my best friends' lives are currently in my hands and I'm going to kill them.
Oh, you go through a trip right now, yeah.
Dude, we get there, we get into the supermarket. I'm like, I don't want to be near any of you. This has persisted to this day where I'll sometimes hit a point of highness where I'm just like, I need to be alone. And I'm like, I don't want to be near any of you. I got like Cheetos and Gushers and fruit roll-ups. I'm like, I'll be in the car. And then I was like, this was a mistake because we went to leave the Price Chopper and had like divided in and out. And I went out the inn. And I was like, thank God it's 3 a.m. and there's nobody here because Bennington is a town of 15,000, the third largest city in Vermont. So yeah, that's my introduction to weed story.
What about you, Jeff?
I was in college and this dude, my friend just brought us brownies one day and we were sitting there, we ate them and we were watching a movie. And we realized it finally worked when we were watching Terminator 3 and we actually enjoyed it. So then
dude, that was like my friend and I pre-gamed the Power Rangers movie, and then he gave us we split some edibles before we went in, and they kicked in like right. Well, this is the new one. They kicked in right when they're like underwater and like going through the weird shit to get into the fortress and the command center, and right then edibles hit, and I'm like, whoa. So as far as I know, that movie's amazing because I've never seen it sober.
It was an experience. I don't know how, but I don't hate it more than I hate the original movie. I hate the movie that came out when we were kids is fucking terrible. Everyone tells you, oh, it's great. No, it's not. It's fucking shitty. They look terrible. It was a stupid plot. It was better on the TV show.
Reasonable.
End of sprint.
Eddie Gonzalez, what's up, Jesse? Love your channel. Keep up the good work. Thank you. So I have a dilemma because I have something that's reminded me when you said brownies. I have something in our fridge.
Oh shit. Busting out some California shits. Some ungodly satanic shits.
So.
And percentages are probably off the charts.
98.
Good Lord. What about the flour? The flour down there.
These are St. Patty's colored. These are homemade by my friend, and they're pretty fucking legit.
I love homemade because it's always like a guessing game of how much it's gonna fuck your day up.
Yep, that's pretty much all of it.
Could have one to be like
Bears.
Then the next one's just like takes you to Mars, turn to a space cadet real quick. And it's always like you take it and you're like, oh, I'm not doing anything now. I'll just go out and do like some shopping or something. And hit you midway through your shopping trip or whatever else.
Dude.
I took mushrooms the one time, and like my friends got really fucked up like really quick, and I didn't get really hit. It was like 3 hours later. I had to go for a job interview at Taco Bell. I'm sitting there in Taco Bell and waiting for my job interview to start, and it's like, like shit started to go fucking crazy. Like, it's kind of like the melting effect on the walls and stuff.
Yeah.
And the interviewer walks around the table and sits down right at that moment, and I had to do the whole interview fucked up. I didn't get the job. I don't know why I didn't get the job. I thought I did pretty good, considering. But
that's a fucking story. So the first time I accidentally, okay, guys, chat, should we just do these or should we wait for you guys to like super chat us a reasonable amount? I don't know. We should maybe just do them. Oh, that's what we can do. We can just do these, but I also have liquid drops of high potency and stuff, and we'll just take more if you super chat us enough.
You guys probably got a whole stash of fucking nastiness, right?
We try to keep it up. We try to keep it up.
We're on a first name basis at our store. We won the Christmas contest.
Oh yeah, we're pretty sure there was like end of pick contest to win free weed. We're pretty sure just rigged that in our favor. That's where we got that really nice, that like 30% stuff. Yeah, for free.
Yeah, see, I just got jealous when I seen that because I'm like 27, 28. That's like my peak zone around here. You're just like dropping 30s on me, just like.
Yeah, and that's, I mean, don't even start our concentrates. Our concentrates, all of our favorite brands are over 90 right now. It's so nice.
People are sitting at a measly like 80, I think.
Well, at least you get up to there. That's nice.
It's all right. You know what? We're not bad. It's not bad for living up here in Canada. I mean, everything else kind of sucks, but I mean, the weed's pretty good. So that's
So you guys are fully legalized and all that?
Yeah, pretty much across the board. Yeah. How
long has that been the case for y'all out there?
It started in late 2017. Or sorry, no, started late 2018. I think it was fully legalized because it was like decriminalized. Like if you got caught with weed, like it wouldn't really be a big deal, Yeah. As long as you're not carrying a lot, like they're going after dealers on the later stages around here. I mean, people are still getting locked up for stupid shit, of course, but it wasn't as bad. But now it's kind of a whole new world. You're not going to strange guys' apartments anymore and fucking meeting random people you've never even seen before to try to get some weed, or not looking getting desperate looking for a dealer. So it's weird. It's a whole new world. We got as many pot shops as we do Tim Hortons around here now.
That's how Cali is. I mean, we can walk to 3.
It looks like you're eating a legit fucking nugget. Like that doesn't even look like an edible. Looks like you're just munching down.
Mention on some.
Jesse's like, how do I do marijuana? How do I do marijuana?
Am I doing it right, guys? No.
It's like fucking munching on lawn trimmings there. There.
I could if we wanted to. I mean, straight up, like we don't. Flour is the thing we use the least, right?
Oh, that's wasteful.
After we use some of it, I have like so much. This is all free. We got this for free. Our weed store gave it to us for free. It's like premium shit.
My weed store is like, here, you want a sticker?
Oh yeah, this is the one that's 35% total THC, 41% total active cannabinoids.
Oh, 30 what?
35.65% THC. Yeah, and 41.51% total active. And so that's, I don't know if you get a lot of the terpene shit up there. When we have total active, that's not a lot of that. The active cannabinoids for us is not made up with CBD anymore. It used to be that way. It used to be like, oh, total active was this plus a little bit of CBD that's in here. Now it's like it's the terpenes. They got the terpenes going on. We've been learning about this shit. It's like the full spectrum and all that. That's the thing. California weed is better than the other weed that we've had. And we've even smoked in like Seattle where it's been legal longer, but Cali's got the best shit.
Well, I think it's because they've got a little bit of everybody. They got BC seeds, they got Afghan seeds over there. Like you guys have kind of like mad scientists combined all this shit together and created some nasty shit. Like 35% is unfathomable. Like that's fucked up. That's like inhuman almost. That's test tube baby type shit. That's nasty.
Oh, dude, Stingray.
I want to try it, but that's nasty.
It's wonderful. Stingray KT. This is called Ames. The brand is Ames. And it's a strain. It's runts. It's a hybrid. It's a hybrid strain. It's runts. It's a pretty popular strain. Yeah. It's good. It's nice. It smells
So
good.
do you want to hear about my first time smoking the marijuana?
Of course.
Devil's lettuce.
Please.
Yeah, the first time I did it, it was kind of a fluke. Didn't really get high. I didn't do it right. I was smoking a bong. I didn't do it right. I got it chambered. I got the smoke in there, but I didn't lift up the bowl. I didn't take the chamber. So I was like, hey, I'm high now. Put the thing back in, handed it back to them. They're like, what is this? You got like burnt like half the bowl, like fucking amateur shit. So that was my first time. Didn't get high. Kind of a fluke. My first real time, my friends had kind of taken it on themselves to start to take up smoking weed. And I hadn't seen them for a while. I had gone to a different high school. So I met up with them. And my first time trying it, there was like in the middle of a park. And it's funny because like the first time you get really baked, like it's not like any other time you get baked again because you just go to a different planet. It's the most craziest thing you've ever experienced. If you do it right. If you do it where you're worried or you're tripping out, like it's not going to be a good time, you're never going to do it again. Like that's probably a lot of people's stories. I tried it and it wasn't for me. And it's usually because it fucks you up. Like if you have a bad first experience, like that's it for you.
Yep.
Where I was on Mars, some people are like in hell or not having a good time.
Yep. Dude, I'm surprised that I've had as good of it. I think I just do really, really well with dissociating from reality. I really enjoy not being attached to it. Like, it's good for me. It's fun. So I don't mind when I've had that because I've had a couple. Dude, smoked out of a Budweiser can. Nice Alexander the Great.
Yeah.
Friend I live with.
Oh, sorry.
My personal weed guru used to make us gravity bongs out of like everything.
Grab bongs, yeah.
Dude, love it. Borg Porks, I'm currently chilling in a cabin in the woods. Nice, smoking Stizzy vapes. Got a Stizzy right the fuck here, dude. And playing some Zelda Ocarina of Time. Sounds
I'm gonna need to grab my bong. This thing's dead.
Fucking time.
Empty. I'll be right back.
We got 2 carts going over here, so we could always, if you guys want to hear me die on screen, we could light up our Puffco. It's our
yeah. Grab my bong. I'll be right back.
The aftermath would be the most entertaining part.
I cough for days and then I need my inhaler.
So, in the time you've looked away, look what this has become.
Whoa! Oh my
Even
god!
I'm impressed. I'm like, what the fuck?
Jeff's amazing.
So, the stable Trigly Puff Man is marching through Portland, and
Smashing.
there's carnage.
Smash.
I actually like doing the details. It's fun.
Wife and I are on the couch watching you on TV. Nice. Jun Wong says I had one half of an edible and I was out like a light. Yeah. Stoners are some of the most creative MacGyvers. It's true, man. Squatch. Reese's first time was a J on a roof with my brother and his peoples. Nice. Sounds like a very chill first time. Man, Squatch is the first time I got high. My brother was trying to make a bong out of a road code at an apartment swimming pool. Dude.
That's awesome.
Dude. That's amazing. Oh. Yes. Did it work? Like, did he have the weed in like a little floating bowl or something and just lit it in there and put the coat on top? That's fucking retarded. I love it. My cousin made a bong from a test tube he took from his science class. My friend used to just make them out of like water bottles all the time. What was the weird shit though? We had some really retarded ones. I think we did one with a watermelon shell once. I don't remember too much about that night. Nomad says, pot talk, I'm out. Why'd you click? It says weed. Let's talk about it right on the title. Like, if you were like, I didn't want to talk about it, like you rolled in just to announce that you don't want to talk about weed. Okay, Nomad, you've been heard. Thank you for announcing to us that you don't talk about weed. Ooh, that reminds me. Don't let me forget, after the stream real quick, Liver asked us to record just 2 quick little sound bites for him. Just a little Buffalo Jeff line and a line from me. If you don't mind, because there was a Buffalo Jeff super chat. It's for 666 too.
Hold on, I'll do it.
Thank you, Sister Rebels. Of course you will.
Oh, for this dude, no problem. Hold on, you don't keep the camera. Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah.
6, 6.
Jesse, it's past 4:20. You must wait until 8:40 for a double hit of the hash. Dion Green, you are my bitch lover.
Thank you, Trebles, for the super chat and for the Buffalo Jeff experience.
Buffalo.
Yeah, yo, I mean, look, at 8:40 we might do a thing. I might hit the ball at 8:40 for 8:40.
What's that Canadian time? That's like a 40 minutes, 50 minutes.
50 minutes from now. We'll see. We'll see if I think my lungs will handle it. I'll just get my inhaler straight up. I will hack up a lung and then have to take my inhaler. It'll be very sad.
Just die on stream. That'll be the end of it.
Yeah, it'll be fun. It'll be great. Hey, can you guys hold on the fort for 5 seconds while I turn over the laundry? Yeah. I'm doing laundry.
So, Cody, what's your favorite action movie of the 90s?
Favorite action movie of the 90s? Probably Die Hard 2. Honestly, nobody likes that movie. It's like the underrated sequel, but I actually like it better than the first one.
You picked Die Hard 2.
Oh, weird.
Yeah, Jesse goes weird. And when you said most people hate that, I was about to jokingly chime in and say, I'm one of them. No, I want to read the book it's based on. I learned about it today. I'm watching a series of videos on unmade movies and how Die Hard movies are just other scripts from other movies repurposed. And so now it's my goal to read the books and shit it's based off of. Oh, nice. Let's see. The Rock, that's another good one. Jim Cameron movies. So Titanic is your favorite action movie? That's cool, man. Titanic's not really for me, but hey, who am I to judge? Just fuck with you.
That's a weird one because people usually think about like a chick film, but actually love the shit out of it, and it's mostly because of the ship itself and the story of the ship itself. You know, I think there's honestly better stories to tell than even the one James Cameron told about it.
I saw Titanic when it back in the day, and then for some reason my grandma thought I really loved it, so she bought it for me on tape. And so I had Titanic.
Oh, the 2 tapes?
The meme you see on the internet, I had that shit.
Yeah. Shit stops right when the captain's like, oh, fuck, ship's sinking.
Yeah. I've only seen Titanic once in theaters and once or twice on video in its entirety. It's too much of a commitment.
Yeah.
It's very long, yeah.
Dude, I mean...
Like, I've only seen it uninterrupted one time, which is weird.
I think it's like, for me, it's like the visual spectacle, and I think like for the people that like the Force Awakens, for instance, or not, the new Star Wars movie, it's like the same kind of thing where it's like the visual aspects of it. For me, because that film just looks so good, the ship looks so good. Everything about how they've redone the complete interior of the Titanic in multiple sections, like it looks so good, and it's just done so well.
I agree with you on all that stuff. I actually don't. What it is for me is Titanic was so overblown when it came out. Like, we couldn't get away from it to a point where it's like, yay. Like, remember when Avatar came out and how everyone just beat you over the head with that shit?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Like, every time. That's why I like
no one cares anymore.
And I don't like his fucking movies because it's like every time another one comes out, it's the same shit. You're beat over the head with it. Why it's so great. Why he's so great. It's like, I know the art speaks for itself and, it is a good movie or, he's a quality filmmaker, but like, chill out, Hollywood.
Yeah, but then again, like, I don't think he's gotten as many hits as he has, strikes. Like, I think he's done a lot of shitty things too. I do think like Aliens is amazing. I think Terminator films are, other than the newer ones, and 3 are really good. But like ultimately, like I don't think a lot of the shit in between is all that great. Like I wasn't a big fan of Abyss. Like I didn't really care for that television series he produced back in 2000. That wasn't very good either. Like I don't know. I think he's a very pretentious dude. I think he's very full of himself. I mean,
he was an asshole on the set of Alien. They almost walked out on him.
Yeah, he could tell though. Like even watching the documentaries about the making of Aliens, like you just kind of tell the kind of guy he is. Like he's very, he wants his vision kind of to the point or to the T type of thing. So. But that,
yeah, and I don't know why, but those types of creative people just bother me. As a creative myself, I'm like, there's a beauty to collaboration. There's also a beauty to your own vision, but like, don't be a douchebag about it.
Yeah, you can tell like he knows like he's making some good shit, and like he knows he can back it up. And problem is he just acts like a dick about it. So I don't know. I respect the work he's done. I just don't necessarily think he's the greatest human being. I don't know, especially his kind of views towards like the Titanic too, because the thing about him is like he's very like getting in there and exploring and like very into kind of potentially fucking things up, right? Like the expedition he did in 2001, I think it was. They had like ROVs going inside the ship, and they were just leaving this cable kind of running behind inside the ship. And what they would do after is they'd pull the cable, and it would fucking like jerk pieces down and like
Oh, shit.
Yeah, so and they'd land the submersibles on the ship, and like it causes damage and that kind of stuff, right? So they say it's like deterioration from like the rusticles and that kind of shit, but a lot of it's from the submersibles too, people landing on it. So
well, Jim's doing more damage than he's doing good.
yeah, I mean it's good to bring attention to the ship, but I think like they're loving it to death almost. In a lot of the cases, people are not really thinking of it as like a grave site or a graveyard, right? So they'll just go down there and it's like, oh, let's pick up objects and do museums about it and make money off of it, right? And
well, I guess I hate to say it like that, but a tragedy where tons of people die, the casualty just gets reported as a number. It's less personal, but that's probably why people feel the way they do about it.
Yeah, it was like 1,500 people died, I think it was.
Yeah.
That's like every number. It's like every number is a person, right? And you think about everything that went down. Like you're not allowed to get on this lifeboat type of thing, and if you had a significant other, they might have to get on that lifeboat without you, and they may never see you again.
That would be that leaving your family on the Titanic. That'd be rough.
That'd be terrible.
And some people didn't go. Some people didn't go. And they died together. The Strausses, the people that own part of Macy's, they boarded the ship to cross the ocean, and the wife wouldn't go without her husband, so she stayed, and they both died together. Yeah, it's crazy stuff like that. There's a lot of personal stories in it. I'm actually making kind of a documentary / short, kind of like a 10-minute, 15-minute anime, kind of exploring a new kind of animation, doing like the Japanese cartoon animation. So
nice.
It's going to be interesting. I got a bunch of people from the Mindless Mob signed up, so I got a lot of different casts set up already, which is exciting. A lot of work to do with the script still.
I have signed up. I actually do have a few parts left. If anybody's interested, anybody in Discord is interested, send me a message. I just want a good part.
Send me a message.
Yeah, you actually both you guys got your parts already.
Yay!
So Jesse's going to be playing a woman named Violet Jessup. So she was a stewardess in the Titanic, and it's funny because she actually survived the Olympic hitting another ship, which was the Titanic's sister ship, and then she survived Titanic's other sister ship hitting a mine. So she was on all three of them.
I remember hearing about this bitch.
Yeah, so that's the woman you're going to be playing. So she's pretty interesting.
Yeah.
I've only got like 12, 13, 14 different people. So it's going to be a lot of different storylines. It's going to be, it's going to take a lot out of me, but it's going to be good.
It's going to be really cool. There we go. Had to charge. I'm plugging. It's is plugged, is no plugged. Are you charged? Are you no charge? No.
Yeah, it's called Titanic Peril on the Sea. It's gonna be good. I'll send you guys. I'll put a link to my channel in the chat there so you guys can.
Oh yeah, I should definitely be doing it. The other thing I actually brought up specifically, instead of just the link to your channel, I wanted to drop also the Godfather Fandom Jump link. So obviously, if you have the link to this video, you have the link to the channel as well. I was in this with Cody. We did this. Why did you post twice, you stupid? But words. Post. There we go. Paste.
The Phantom Jump. I forgot about that.
Yeah. And it was
It's a
awesome.
busy world. Things just moving along, type of thing. You know,
We talked about The Godfather for a long ass time. And
an hour and a half.
It
I
was-
had to get an hour and a half of game footage. I'm like, holy fuck, that was a long time.
Not sorry. We had. I mean, it was awesome.
And it wasn't like shit conversation where it like dips for like 5 seconds where nobody's talking and it's like, oh, what are we gonna talk about now with The Godfather? No, it was good. It was good conversation, very good flow. It didn't stop, didn't kind of peak and valley. It was good.
You said a boot. Reese, thank you for the super chat.
Ooh.
My favorite subject. He was very happy with your action movie of the 90s talk. Ninja Lawyer Steve says, email, be sure to read. Ooh, should I read it like right now, like the second? Or should I?
It's probably got private bits. I wouldn't open that yet.
Is it full of penises? Did you send it to me or to Jeff? Oh, here we go. Do. Ah, hooray. Okay. Excellent. There are things. There are good things. There are wonderful things awaiting. Ninja Lawyer Steve sent me happiness. It was very nice. Thank you.
What up, dude?
You guys will all find out very soon.
Oh, Jeff, got to get your schedule there, brother. We got to get set up a stream date for the Spider-Man Phantom Jump.
Oh yeah, I'm ready. Like I told you, that's one of those things where you could just tell me like, "Hey, we're doing it right now," and I'm like, "All right, I'm set. Let's do it." Anything you need to know about Spidey, I'm there.
Yeah, absolutely. It's going to be interesting because I don't really have the perspective on the comics as much. I think we were talking about this last time, and I'm very like kind of shows and the kind of movie centric in the media. Like, I've obviously dabbled. I know some of the storylines and who people are, that kind of thing. Got the whole Web of Spider-Man series.
I do too. I'm friends with the guy on Facebook who drew it, Alex Savia. It was cool when I met him in person. He was like the nicest guy.
That's
Like,
awesome.
"Friends on Facebook." I'm like, "All
Such
right."
beautiful art. I get mine's not colored at all. It's just black and white, so it's different, but I like it. With black and white Spider-Man, it's cool too because it just fits.
Oh,
The
yeah.
whole thing, right? Symbiote Spider-Man.
I love that suit so much.
It's my favorite.
Alexander the Great, you are always welcome to email me. If you send me tons of puns, I will be very angry, but it can't stop you. There's the email address. And if anybody wants to email me, there it is. Russell Hall, thank you so much for the super chat. Welcome to Tuesday night. Yeah, speaking of anime, stop what you're doing and look up Rape Man Dub on YouTube. It's literally the greatest cartoon parody ever made. Well, if I share it, though, I will get copy struck, and that will be sad. But I really want to watch this now. I'm very tempted. Rape Man Dub. Oof. It's just so. Although it's probably not monetized because it says rape.
So how long have you guys been smoking?
So I
Doesn't have to be
Here's-
concurrently, but like, you know,
my journey.
my weed story.
My weed journey. So that my friend I told you that would make the grab bongs when we were in college. I say everybody has a weed guru. Like they have their weed Jesus. That's like the person who introduced them or the person who like teaches them the ways and like levels them up and like takes them on their weed journey.
That's so true. Like a weed Gandalf. Yeah, absolutely.
Right. Everyone has a weed Gandalf. It's so fucking true. And so Torrent was mine. It's an old anime. No one will strike you. It happens automatically though, Russell. If it matches what you're watching in the stuff. Rape Man Forever. Oh my god. Is that what I want? Rape Man Forever parody? Because I just want this right now, though. Like, Russell knows what I like. He knows I like the rape. I don't know. My computer has the strength to share it. Is the other problem, honestly. But we'll see if it ever loads. You've piqued my curiosity. Are you baby lungs or iron lungs? Dude, I'm such baby bird lungs. Dude, I am such baby. I also have like asthma now, like way worse than I ever had it before. And so it's terrible.
Here.
Huh?
Iron.
Yeah, Jeff's pretty good. Jeff's like, I coughed 3 times. Oh no.
Yeah, I'd like to think I'm pretty good. You know, I think early in the mornings when I'm at my weakest.
Mhm.
When I first go for my wake and bake bowl, like that's when it can get me. That's when it can completely fuck my day up and make me cough like a sumbitch. But like usually when I get through that stage, usually I'm good. That's when the danger strikes. But after that, like I can pretty much take any kind of haul I want.
It really,
Unless it's not a good pull through. If you don't got good pull through, then I'm probably gonna stop halfway. Fucking get it
Zach,
done.
dabs do hit different.
Dabs, that's black magic.
I love that shit. So that's what we have. We have an electric dab rig. It lights up. It's pretty. It's shiny. It's magical. You don't need all the freaking blowtorch and all that shit. You just load the bowl and you push a button, and then you just go to other dimensions, and it's great.
It's for the working stoner,
It is, So one of my favorite trips of all time. So my journey after playing around over that summer after college, and then through that year, and then a lot the following summer. So there's like a lot of fucking around with that friend Torrent, and then we went, and then when I moved out here, I got a medical card because when all my friends wanted to come, they were all like super impressed with oh, let's go buy weed and stuff. So I got a med card so I could get gummies and whatever, Rice Krispie treats and shit like that.
Because Callie's been pretty lean on that for a while now too. Right?
Oh, dude, when I went to get my medical card, the guy was like, he was like, whatever. He was like, oh, you get anxious and you have trouble sleeping sometimes, right? And I'm like, yeah. And he's like, great. You're the picture of health. You're going to live forever. Here's your med card. And I'm like, cool. Sweet. It was actually that wonderfully easy. And and then you just got weed. And then it became fully legal. But yeah, so I would play around with edibles a little bit, and like, because I wasn't so much into smoking. So I tried a disposable pen here and there. But back then I also was getting bad laryngitis and stuff, so I wasn't smoking too much. And I would hit a joint at a party, sometimes, and enjoyed that. But again, it was like I'd eventually lose my voice too much, so I went in and out with that. Yeah. But edibles, I'd be like, oh, sometimes I like to just take 35 milligrams and like float away and go to bed. Ooh, shiny.
Oh, it's not gonna focus. Focus.
Now it just looks like a turd.
Yeah, it's like a piece of shit. Compared to what you guys have down there, it is a piece of shit. Let's not joke around here. But Purple Haze, 27%. Pretty good. Like the name, like the smell, like the high. That's a hybrid. So
it's very purpley.
Yeah.
That's pretty.
I don't know. I prefer sativa. I like I like something that kind of keeps me up and moving, because I like I'm using it for creative shit more or less.
We're indica people. We like indica.
Oh, okay. You guys like getting fucked up. Couch lock sumbitch, yeah.
We like to plant our assholes, as the story goes.
I don't like getting sleepy. That's my thing. I don't like getting sleepy. I don't like being like, man, I could use a fucking nap right now. I don't like getting like that.
Jeff does hit a wall with edibles sometimes. It is true. Tis true. But who can help it? Ooh, that's cool. What's on your bong? Obviously, finish. Nice rip. Ever left your body from edibles? Yes, Jeremy Moore. Oh my God, I'll be telling. Oh, it's a Rick and Morty bong. That's awesome. I like how parts of it are just gone.
It's like completely fucking knockoff gas station dealio.
Oh no, I just meant like the green screen. It greened out the green.
Oh yeah, this setup is so fucking shit.
Partially see through.
I think it's this camera. Like I figured it out because I'm like, how the fuck is Jesse's green screen so goddamn good? And I'm like looking at my screen. I'm like, what's wrong with my screen? I'm like, it can't be my fucking screen. I look at my camera. I'm like, I bought that camera for $40, so it's got to be a camera.
Dude, you saw how shitty. I don't know if you can see how shitty mine hangs up. It's bad. But yeah, I'm like, just get rid of it and post.
But your camera's solid, and like that's all you need. You got a decent program. That's
true. I had to. Yeah, it turns out though, I need to like tell my camera to shoot in lesser resolution because I'm like, I don't need this 4K shit. It's fucking with
Yeah.
the HDR colors getting all blown out. I gotta take it down when I put it into the fucking Final Cut. Oh my god.
Yeah.
Words. Jeremy Moore, I have left my body from edibles. So to tell you this story, I have to tell you the part one of the story, which is the first time that I ever OD'd on edibles. Did not quite leave my body that time, but it was an adventure. So my friend was visiting for her birthday. She was like, let's do this. Okay. So this one night we had the weed juice. It was 100 milligrams each. And we were like, why don't we just do it all? We'll just do it all. This is back in the day. Now 100 milligrams is where we start.
Yeah.
Back in the day, this was a lot. So we did this. We drank the liquids and we were like, you know what? We'll have plenty of time before it kicks in to go to the supermarket and stock up for the trip. Liquid hits faster. Also, when you overdose, it hits faster. So about 20 minutes into the supermarket, we were like, yeah, everything needs to be miniature. Mini cinnamon buns, mini ice cream drumsticks, mini, so much mini. What else was it? Mini cupcakes. There were mini cupcakes. I don't remember what else. I think there were mini, I don't know. There were mini toasts probably. There was a wheel of shrimp cocktail. There was a lot of food basically, and we brought it all back.
Jesse, you never go shopping high.
Well, the plan was
I always go shopping high, but never go shopping high.
We were like, well, we tried to time it out so that we would, kick it afterwards. We did not time it out correctly. And Jeff used to play that game sometimes. Can we finish shopping before we get too high and buy everything? The answer was usually no.
The struggle is real.
The struggle is so real. So we got back to the house and immediately ordered pizza.
Of course.
Fucking
a decision was made.
Cheesy bread and cinnamon sticks and a big old.
Oh no, yeah. Like the fucking $80 deal, yeah.
And then I stared with great anxiety at the screen while it tracked my order. It was like the longest fucking 40 minutes of my life. That shit did not go. Probably was 20, honestly, and it just felt like 3 hours.
Domino's is better than that.
And I didn't know if I could make it to the door. I did not know if I could interact with a human being. I did both of those things. And turned out the hardest part was carrying all that shit back upstairs to my apartment. But I got it there, and then I ate everything.
The feast, yeah.
All the things. I left the shrimp cocktail out until it thawed out. I was like, I'll leave this out, and it will thaw out. And by the time that I want it, I'll have it. And we put on Batman Forever, and I eventually finished the shrimp cocktail too. And then Lando ate the shells. And and then we were high for 3 days. And the next night we went to Halloween Horror Nights, fucked up. And it was terrifying. And I was like, I can never go sober.
Yeah, no.
So awesome. That was the time that I dissociated from my body, though, because another year we were like, all right, it's Halloween Horror Nights. I got to get high. And so we dropped edibles that for some reason acted super fast. It was just gummies. And it was only like, back in the day, I was probably doing like 45 milligrams. We did 50 to get crazy for Halloween Horror Nights or something like that. But it kicked in like way too fast.
Oh, it's right from left field. Yeah, I love that.
And so we were like, we're going to walk and we're going to go to the Kung Fu Panda 4D theater to wait for our third party. And as we're walking, there were so many people. I just remember staring at the ground going, I don't know if that's real. Like, I don't know. I don't know if any of this is real. I especially don't think the people around me are real. So I'm going to look at the ground, because while I ponder whether or not it's real, I can continue walking forwards next to my friend, and I think I can do this.
Just like traveling dimensions, eh?
And then I sat in the 4D theater, and it was so fucking intense.
Yeah, that reminds me of going through the hallways in high school. We used to get really, really high before class, and like we used to walk through the hall, and it was, there used to be just the narrow pathways going through the hall. And when you'd walk like at a fast pace, you could kind of just like shimmy on fucking through everything. And it was almost like the Death Star run, just going through the hallway trying to get to your locker type of thing. So that's kind of where it all kind of started, was high school for me. And it was every day. I kind of was a chronic fucking little nut job, and never really changed from then, I guess. I've had my my periods where I've stopped. You know, I've gotten to the point where it was like I was getting high and I was getting like tripping out every time. I didn't really know how to handle my highness, so I stopped. And then I kind of learned how to conquer, that the fear of fucking dying. It's weird because like you get it's like, oh shit, like things are going bad. I'm gonna die. Here you go. Uh-oh. And you're just like, dude, shut the fuck up. Like, stop ruining my trip right now, man. Shut up. And you just kind of conquer the fucking dragon eventually, and then you just don't worry about it anymore. Like the worst weed can't fuck you up, and you could get to the point where you might get like, dizzy and shit, but like it's never gonna make you green out once you get to that point, though.
True that.
I've greened out once to the point where like I felt sick. Like it felt like I was drunk. The room was spinning. I felt sick. That happened once, but like weed's never really kind of fucked me up ever since. It's just focus on not your heart rate not getting too crazy and not tripping out. That's it. But weed's not bad, but there's other things out there that are worse. Have you guys ever tried salvia?
Mm-hmm. I've been
That's
on the Rape Man parody.
Hold on, bitch. Shit. Like 80-something years old. Dang, I don't remember.
This is the Rape Man parody. I just
Enterprises. We sell rakes. Only rakes.
I know about your friend's little plans at the Metsukoshi building tonight, Granddad.
Nice voice. Makes me want to go over there and do the raking myself. What's your name?
Oh, I would love to tell you and take credit for what happens to your precious rape man, but I cannot.
Your name's what? It started with a C and ended with a T.
No, I said
No. I would like to buy you.
Granddad, I am not here to play your little...
I would like to solve the puzzle.
If the rape man comes anywhere near the Metsukoshi building, he's dead.
Somebody's gonna get raped.
I have no idea what's happening.
All right, boys, we've received an anonymous tip earlier today that
I want to know if it's like actual animation that the person did, or if they're dubbing some cartoon shit. Looks like a dub.
I need to know all of your locations. Officer Peter.
I'm in the front.
Johnson, bottom floor, somewhere near the bottom. Officer Dick.
I took a small trip to the fifth dimension last time I did edibles. How was it?
Damn it, Dick, if you're out there scurrying around, I'll have you bent.
So Zach Blackfire, green out is when you get so high that you just get sick from it. So you get so high that the room just starts spinning, and it's kind of like just getting drunk. It's weird, and I've only had it happen once, and it wasn't fun. You just sit there, you're like, try not to throw up. It's like being like too drunk. You just try not to get sick. Trying to survive.
I've never had that. We've done like 500 milligrams at one go once, and
well, my friends and I used to just sit in my fucking tool shed, my dad's tool shed, and just smoke fucking pipe bowls for like hours. Like we probably smoked like 15 pipe bowls in a sitting at a time. So the one time I think we were at like 20, 25, and I just got fucking sick. I'm like, boys, I'm going in. And I just went inside, and they locked up my shed and shit. But like I just was sick. I laid on the couch and died there for probably like 2 hours. Yeah. It's too much. You just smoke too much. I don't know what it is, but that's nothing though. Like, cause like I was talking about salvia, that stuff's like some crazy ass like flower or something. You can buy it in stores. It's the weirdest thing. We bought it in a corner store. And
go to the gas station. I wasn't the same for 4 months.
Ew, what? Ew, I don't want that.
Yeah, it fucks you up, man. My one buddy screwed with my one friend. He packed a bowl of salvia, and he dusted some weed on top, so it looked like a weed bowl. And my one friend just ripped this whole fucking bowl. He took it, the whole thing, chambered it, and he just went nuts. He just stood up. He fucking went psycho. He punched the door, opened it up from the inside to get out because it was locked.
That happened to Dustin.
God.
Yeah, and then he settled down. Then he settled down, calmed down. So I took the salvia because they're like, "Hey, what are we gonna do with the salvia?" So I'm like, "I'll take it." Oh, so I took it home with me, and because I never really had it hit me, like they had to hit them before. Like they were seeing the treasure cat the first time we took it, and I was like, "Boys, I'm not feeling this shit, man. Like, what's going on here?" Because they're running around like fucking something's going on. Yeah, I wasn't feeling it, so I took this shit home. Figured, I'll give it a good shot here. So yeah, I was playing NHL 12 at the time, and I took a big fucking bowl of salvia, chambered it like my buddy did, and I was just playing, and then shit just started happening. Like the the TV started to fucking kind of glow and kind of like vibrate. And I looked over, I had an Iron Maiden poster, the Trooper. So Eddie was like fucking grabbing the sword and shit. So he started to climb out of the poster. And then I saw Smurfs coming out of my closet. And then I kind of blacked out for a second. And then like the time in between me waking up and the time of me passing out, like it was just like going through different dimensions and that kind of shit. Like, you know how Joe Rogan talks about like DMT and that kind of shit?
Yeah.
Like it's one of those kind of trips where like you meet like different beings in different places, like, and it kind of like tells you the future and like talks about your past, and like you can't remember any of this shit afterwards, but you know what happened. Craziness. So I wake up on the fucking floor, on the floor, the chair's knocked over, game's paused. I don't know how it's paused. Fucking bong's on the top of the shelf, pristine, fine, nothing happened. I was holding it when I fell, but I woke up on the floor, and then it was just like the world was just like 500 fucking feet from my head. It was just like looking down from like the top of the sky, like everywhere in my fucking everywhere in my house. I went to have a shower because I had to just kind of shake off the trip. It was nuts. But that's the most fucked up I've ever been from drugs ever. I wouldn't try it again either, because that's just, you know, you have that one kind of life changing trip, and that's kind of good. I kind of got your perspective on life and that kind of shit. It's weird.
That sounds kind of scary.
Dion did it and kicked Hillary in the stomach.
Ah,
That was hilarious.
Yeah, man. My one friend took it another time, and he thought there was fucking zombie apocalypse. He punched in my buddy's screening, and for his window, his parents were pissed.
see, I would fucking get paranoid like that shit too.
Yeah, it turns into a fucking ninja or something, man. I don't know how they got to that, but I went to the fucking next level. So
Jeremy Moore says DMT is nuts. So the thing is, last person who described it to me, it sounded like something I never want to do, because they were like, it's like this, but only lasts for like 10 minutes or 20 minutes and then it's over. I'm like, but that sounds amazing, so I'm gonna want to keep doing it, and that's a problem. That's why I don't want to do it, because I'm like, I don't want to like this shit too much.
yeah, my one friend, he won't do coke because that's what he says. He says, "I like it so much," and I'm like, "Yeah, he probably would," because he's one of those dudes like gets fucking hyped up and shit when he's drunk. So if he got some coke in him, he'd turn into fucking Scarface. He'd turn into Tony Montana and run around the fucking place. I know he would. He'd love it. Be snorting it, you know, getting like powdered donut face. You know, that's what he would do. So I get you.
That's hilarious. Yeah, I won't fuck with that. That would ruin my brother's life. So I'm like, yeah, no, that's for him, not for me. These Rice Krispie treats are good. I am feeling mine already.
So it wasn't just like a nug or like some weak shit. They gave you some good stuff.
Oh yeah, this my friend's stuff. He make good. He grow his stuff. So yeah, it's good. He make grow. Oh, I bet you he can get us shrooms when we need them. I hear that. Coke is fun. So everyone always told me though with Coke, they were like, Coke is for when you're way too drunk and you want to do it before going out. You know, like, so your night isn't over, basically. Not before going out, but like, so your night isn't over. It's like, oh no, I'm in Vegas and it's only midnight and I'm fucked up already. And you do a line and then you can go all night. But I just don't want it anywhere. Hear me.
Yeah. It's different. I mean, they were weak ass shrooms for me, so it wasn't like a day trip or a couple day trip. It was probably like a 2 or 3 hour deal, and I just felt real fucking fuzzy and saw some shit for a couple hours, and then that was it. So have you done shrooms? You said no. You have.
Sorry. Yeah, no, shrooms are done. Yeah.
How dare you smoke? Yeah.
I think Coke was the one that people say like use it to keep your night going. No, shrooms we have enjoyed. I enjoy it quite a bit, actually. What? See it, baby bird lungs.
Just gotta get drank. Yeah, there you go. Survive.
We got a soda stream today.
Making me pasty.
We got a soda stream today.
Oh, how are those? I've been interested in those.
It works.
Fucking copycat making me thirsty.
It definitely works.
So you guys got the good old Mad Libs,
The what?
the good old Mad Libs book still, or
Yeah, we got Mad Lib.
we gonna break that out, or is it too early for Mad Libs?
It's like a pinch early, but we'll get there pretty soon.
What were you saying? Was it was it 7:30 California time? I don't know. I'm fucking really baked right now.
Dude,
I mean, it's 4:12. That's what it's supposed to be, right?
what is 8:25?
Is when we're gonna do the thing.
What 8:40 is when we're doing is bowl 30. 8:40 is bowl 30.
8:40.
So maybe we should play Mad Libs first because then we're going to pretty much die after the bowl. So maybe it should be Mad Libs o'clock and then it'll be bowl 30.
It's probably gonna take us a while too. We're not gonna be rifling off answers here. I'm fucking really chewed, so I'm probably gonna need a minute. You're gonna need to explain to me. You're gonna need to explain to me basic English because.
Ooh. Fun fact: the House of Representatives voted to legalize marijuana in our country.
Like everywhere?
Yes, but now that the House has voted, the Senate still has.
Senate, yeah. Oh.
And then the good old Biden. So yeah, but
I mean that'd be nice. Like it's stupid at this point, and the way it was, the way it was criminalized in the first place is just stupid to begin with because it's basically just big money, canceling hemp potentially. Essentially, it's not about marijuana. It's about hemp and basically making it so you can't use hemp to make paper and that kind of shit.
Yeah,
there's a story behind it. I'm not going to go into it. I don't remember the names and shit. It's going to be horrible.
No,
Weed history.
Didn't it get shut down? No, Zach Blackfire. The House passed the bill. So now it's the Senate is going to take it up, and they're going to push for. They're actually, going to make it. They're going to push for it. It's an uphill battle, but we'll see. It'll be a really cool one to get done. It's so stupid in this country. You can go to fucking Texas and you can shoot people. There are a lot of different ways you can get away with shooting somebody in Texas very legally. And that's fine. That's cool. And guns are great. But if you get caught with any weed on you, you're going to jail for like 3 months minimum. Just taking a puff. Now you come to Cali and you're going to have to sell your kidney and your firstborn child to hold a firearm. But you can you can just walk across the supermarket.
Yeah.
Go to weed.
Well, it's stupid because both things are so politicized. Like on each end, like both sides just fuck right off and just accept either thing. And that's the thing. It's that kind of like nanny state bullshit where like one side says like, oh, well, this side's a bit worse than the other. Well, in the meantime, like can't have fucking weed in these places. Like, come on, guys. Like as much as Republicans are good in some ways, as much as Democrats are good in some ways, like you need your fucking guns and you should be able to have your goddamn weed. Like, what's that all about?
No freedom. No freedom.
Like on both sides are saying, fuck you. That's not right.
Exactly. It's just like, why not just more freedom? Why not just more acceptance? Why not just more of that? Unless
and my side's just kind of stepping on our necks and just kind of trying to get our guns away from us. So, it's. I mean, we got weed. We're smoking weed. We're getting high at least.
Yeah. Hell yeah. Well, that's something. That's something.
We got something.
They were saying we had a shooting in Sacramento, and they're probably going to introduce even more restrictive gun legislation than what's already in the.
Yeah, but well, let me guess. Like, is it a gun-free zone? Is it a licensed gun owner? Like, it's all these kind of check marks where you're like, well, then don't fucking say you need more restrictions because people that are ultimately following the rules and following the laws are gonna have nothing to do with any of that kind of shit. If anything, if they were there and if you had conceal and carry, they could have potentially stopped that incident. So. Yeah, these church shootings where the fucking one guy takes them out or whatever, like. That saved the whole church of people. Like, these incidents can be stopped if you have good people with guns. And the problem is, if you're taking their guns away from the good people, then the fucking bad people are always gonna have guns. And it's politicized because they don't give a shit about anybody. They don't give a shit about you. It's about their narrative and taking guns away just because they can.
Exactly. Yeah. It's true. Exactly. Because criminals follow gun laws. Exactly. It's like, yeah, totally. The laws definitely help. a lot of the just because a firearm has been procured legally in a shooting instance does not mean a law needs to be changed, or at least a law about buying the firearm. If somebody, I mean, like take that example with the kid, one of the school shootings, where the parents fucking bought the gun for their kid who was showing visible signs of depression, and
Yeah.
whatever, okay.
Yeah, like negligence that leads to like people getting fucking hurt or killed, like that needs to be punished. Like, and there needs to be an example of like, hey, maybe you should make sure this doesn't happen again. But don't say like, okay, well, this means we need to fucking take guns away from people.
Exactly.
It means we need to make it harsher and harder to get guns. Like, no. Like conceal and carry, that would potentially save, that situation too. Unfortunately, the kid might have gotten shot, but one life compared to like 20 or 30 or 10, even 5, like that's essentially worth it.
Instance, that would that would have been stopped if the parents had been half a fucking wake. I mean, this is like it's gross that led to these kinds. This has nothing to do with the ease with which the gun was procured, and it just doesn't. It doesn't make sense. It doesn't make sense. It's like you're not making that particular gun harder to buy. Doesn't change anything. The parents want to go buy their kid a gun. The parents are going to buy their kid a gun. It doesn't. If they believe it's the right thing to do, then they're going to do it. It's not gonna change. Like, I don't know what they think it's going to change. Like, it's just going to deter people who the people it deters are people who are very interested in owning guns, but who understand how ridiculous these hoops are they have to jump through. So.
But the thing is too, like, I think if people, the person planning that kind of thing, like if they want to get that done, they're going to get that done. And it may not be, it might not be taking a gun into their school, but it may be, taking, a fucking van down the street, or maybe, doing something crazy like that. Like it doesn't have to be, what we think it has to be. And I think they're going to find other outlets to make that happen. People going around stabbing people with knives in London, that kind of shit. Like they're going to find the avenue. They're going to find that avenue to express themselves in that way, no matter what. It's obviously making it easier for psychopaths to get guns is not a good thing. And I think, automatic guns. And I think the people that say like, oh, like the AR-15s and stuff, like those people are stupid, because obviously like semi-automatic is different from like fully automatic and that kind of thing. And what you can get in the States is like very limited from what they really think it is. Like you can't walk around with an M60. You can't have a fucking Barrett 50 caliber fucking heavy sniper rifle. You can't have all that fun. You're not allowed to do that. You have to be a very special person to have that kind of fun. So,
I mean, to be fair,
to an extent, they keep the weapons of mass destruction away from those people, because they don't let them have fucking machine guns. To be
fair, there are also a lot of people, especially in this country, that should not own guns. Some of them do, many of them don't. But but it's like, I mean, there's I think it just needs to be. It's just, I don't know. I just think everything's solved with common sense. I think everything is fucking solved with just basic common sense, and just nobody is willing to do any of that. Like for me, one of the things, it's like, yeah, I'm down. I'm down with gun laws. I'm down with that. Where I stop is open carry. I'm like, I don't need open carry. I don't think it's actually good or correct to go for full open carry, because someone explained it to me. It's like, well, people who are afraid need to understand that I'm a good person, and that it's like, well, a person, if you're a stranger to somebody, they have no way of knowing whether you're the good guy or not. We should not decondition ourselves to feel a survival response when we see a firearm. We should always have a survival response when we see a firearm, and creating an open carry culture desensitizes us to having a survival response when we see a firearm, which is very dangerous and bad. So that's like, for me, that's a hill I die on. But outside of that, I'm like,
the thing is, like, I think like semi-automatic rifles and like the AR-15 kind of weaponry and like shotguns, that kind of thing. I think you should have to have a reason to be pulling that shit out. I think that should be like in a case, not necessarily tucked away and hidden and fucking, under all the shit or locked up, but it should be put away and it should be used for when you absolutely need it. Like if you say there was a home invasion and you pulled it out and you used it, I'd say like absolutely, absolutely you're using that. Or if there was a fucking riot out in front of your house and people were potentially going to burn your house down and shit, like I wouldn't be against somebody going outside with their weapon like that. But like walking around with it, that's kind of looking to get into trouble kind of thing. Like even Kyle, like I think he should have been allowed to have his rifle there, like what he was doing. But like obviously fucking people are crazy and going to be going after him no matter what. Like even if he had a pistol on his side, like they're probably going after him. The guy was putting out fires and shit. Like they would have been trying to get his ass either way. If he had a fucking rifle, if he had a knife, if he had a gun, like they would have been trying to kill him either way. So I mean, at least he had, the right weapon for the job in that sense. Like, I don't know. I don't think people should be carrying their rifles to the fucking grocery store and, just carrying it willy-nilly or going to fucking concerts with your gun. Like, use it when you need it. And I think when you're going into situations where you need it.
I think there's a lot too. Cause yeah, I mean, like, I can't remember exactly what it said, but there was something I read. It was a very, very aggressive bumper sticker about being pro-gun stuff. And I was like, you are the problem. You are not part of the solution. You're not helping anybody. You're the problem. Because I'm like, it's shit like that. When people are like, if you touch my guns, I'll blow your fucking head off. And you're like, wow, this is exactly why I don't want you to have a gun though. Like, you see why I'm like really concerned about your attitude towards gun ownership?
The lack of like sympathy for human life, like realize what you're doing with that gun type of thing.
Exactly. It goes beyond the attitude. It's my right to own a gun. It's my right to fucking kill you. Like, no, it's actually not, though. It may be your right to own the gun. It is not your right to fucking threaten anyone's life or murder them willy-nilly. And that's where I'm like, again, with the open carry stuff, I'm like, what's your intention? There are some people who are like, I want to open carry because I think it deters criminals. Sure, okay. But once again, that's where I'm like, only you are making the determination that you are the good guy in the situation.
Sorry, Jesse. Open carry is with like a full-on rifle or a full-on shotgun. Like that's not like a pistol. That's like a concealed carry, right? Concealed carry is like
anything.
Holster, right?
Even pistols are considered open carry if you can see it.
So even like a holstered is open carry. Well,
yep.
Yeah, I'm okay with open carry as long as it's justifiable and it's used.
I just don't think. I think it creates a culture of fear that creates more problems than it does solutions. Because the thing is, again, I have a gun, you have a gun. Great, we walk into a room, we don't know each other. We're now assessing: are you a good guy, or am I, or a bad guy? I don't know. I need to know before we can proceed. And so we're creating tension. We're creating all these situations and opportunities to get it wrong. How often do we guess wrong about somebody's intentions or attitudes in life and human interactions? And so I'm supposed to trust humanity. And the thing I like about concealed, the thing I love about concealed too, is that you don't know. You must assume that everyone's packing because you don't fucking know. So you have to be on your best behavior because you don't fucking know. You don't know who might blow your brains out if you do the wrong thing. When you can see it, when everyone's displaying it, you know who is. And also, let's face it, the kind of person who is strapping a gun outside of their body is the person who's not afraid of a fight. Maybe they're not looking for one necessarily, but they're not afraid of one. And so you have a bunch of people who are not afraid of fights all walking around. Some of those people are looking for fights. And all of them are not afraid of them. So what the fuck do you think is going to happen? That's where I land on common sense. I'm like, it's great that we want freedom. We want to defend the freedom and the idea of having this freedom, but look at the common fucking sense. This is humanity. These are people we're dealing with. People are fucking stupid. They're fucking retarded. They're goddamn animals, and they have no common sense and no self-control. And I don't trust a society that's walking around like that.
I think it's also where the cultures are too, because like if the Midwest, for instance, like if you go into a cafe or something or a store, like a lot of the people are going to be open carry in there. They're going to be, their pistols are going to be open. Like everybody's going to be okay with each other, and they know like when the situation arises, they may have to use it. And I think they're very gun conscious, and I think obviously people are careless. There's a lot of careless people out there too. Like they use it more as a tool, or that kind of thing. It's just sitting on their fucking dashboard kind of thing, or that kind of stuff. But I do feel like it has a great use to it, especially when it comes to diffusing situations, when it comes to preventing terrible situations too. And I think when you have for instance, like you have zones that prevent guns pretty completely, I think it creates an environment where evil can go in there with something that nobody else will have, and unfortunately take a lot of lives. And I feel like that's kind of a pattern that hasn't been acted upon by politicians, and I think a lot of people have been killed because of that. And I think more people should have guns, especially in schools. Like I think schools should be better guarded by armed officers, that kind of thing. And you know, I think the culture should change around guns as well. I think people shouldn't be as scared of them, you know, as they are.
I agree with that, but I also think here's the thing with that. First of all, June Wong does make an excellent point. When you open carry, you're also advertising where your gun is in case somebody wants to take it away from you. Which is a problem. Whatchamacallit, in regards to what was our word brain thought. I had a brain thought about
getting the fucking pasties here big time.
Yeah, regarding guns in schools and just making people less afraid of it. See, that's where part of the problem comes in. One, if you poll students, a lot of students do not like militaristic presence in any or authoritarian presence is at their school. A lot of students are already uncomfortable with things like metal detectors, with security, especially with any form of armed security. Kids don't like that. They don't find that conducive to a positive learning environment.
Well, one thing I wouldn't have uniformed officers. Like I wouldn't have full on fucking like you know, boys in blue type of shit. Like I'd have, you know, just like a school officer type of thing. So the guy would come in his fucking jacket and his jeans and, you know, just say, hey, mister, whatever, you know, how's it doing today type of thing. You know,
that's also a situation too where
I think they have those. Do they not? Do you guys not have somebody like that in schools?
Maybe. Never at any of the schools all the schools that I've been to have been harshly gun free, including like except when a police officer's there.
Most Canada, like none of that either. Yeah.
But the thing with that too, though, again, though, when you have more armed people at schools, you're dealing with the grounds where you have the unstable kids who are trying to get access to firearms to do shootings. If there are armed people on the premise, those kids are going to target those people to try to take their firearms for their shootings as well. So while I'm all for stopping people with guns by using guns on them, I also think it's like everyone thinks it's so simple to just put more people with guns around places where bad people with guns are. And I'm like, it's not that simple, though. We don't consider the other factors like that, like creating a hostile learning environment or like creating more access to guns. So that's where I say, too, people should just get more comfortable with guns. Sure. And that was a great thing that happened to me when I went to school in Vermont. I met tons of people who carried all the time, learned how to shoot. It was super fun. It was great. I'm like, wow, guns, they're fun. Not every part of society requires guns. Not every version, not every grouping in society requires firearms to exist in our country or any country. And so not all of those people need to be accustomed to or comfortable with guns. It's very egocentric. And this is where I always hate where people land. You have half the country that says guns, we all need our guns. We all have to have them. Fuck you, get over it. It's our freedom. We deal with it. And you have the other half that says, I don't want any guns. I want them all melted down and burned and destroyed. The end. And neither side wants to have any empathy or sympathy for the other. So you're once again, those people should just get more used to guns. Well, those people don't want to get more used to guns. So why should they have to?
They should be open to it at least. Like I think
why?
Because of being so close-minded to it.
Why can't you be open to getting rid of all yours then? Why can't you be more open to that idea? Why can't you consider that?
Because why would I?
Well, why should they be more open-minded to having guns if you can't be more open to getting rid of them?
Because their points aren't as good, you know. Like, why wouldn't I have a gun for self-protection?
Way better than your points. They think
why not have a gun for self-protection? Like,
but they don't want a gun for self-protection. They don't think it's necessary.
But why not?
Because if nobody has guns, then nobody needs them to protect themselves.
Yeah, but the bad guys are always going to have guns, though.
How are they going to get guns if we focus our energy now? If we're not dealing with all these gun crimes in the country, and we're focusing our energy now on cracking down on illegal gun trafficking?
Because they will always find a way. Because they can even print them with 3D.
That's just a fallacy. Now you're just creating a
no. Because I'm saying like 3D printers now. They can print them with 3D printers now. Like it's so easy to get a firearm now. Black market, like.
So we shouldn't even try because we just said it's never going to work. So
I'm saying is like people should be open-minded. Like if you want to have a gun, you should have a gun.
Why shouldn't you be open-minded to the possibility of getting rid of all the guns?
Because that's not fair. Because that's
how is it fair? How is it fair that the people who don't want the guns, that the people who want all the guns to go away, should be open-minded to your guns when you're not open-minded?
Because that is an absolutist mindset. That is saying
your mindset's absolute.
No, it is open-minded. If you want to have a gun, you can have a gun. If you don't want to have a gun, you want to have nothing to do with guns, you can have nothing to do with guns.
But how can you have nothing to do with guns if all the people around you have them and you don't have a say in who has a gun around you? And you feel very uncomfortable being around guns.
Well, that's not the case, is it, though?
Well, yeah, it absolutely is. There are tons and tons of people in this country who feel very, very uncomfortable.
Yeah, but you can't just go in and get a gun. Any willy-nilly can get a gun. I mean, people can, but
my point
legally,
is that, but there are people. My point is that you're in your proposed society, a person who is uncomfortable with guns doesn't get a choice. They don't get a choice whether or not have to be on guns. Because if everyone else gets to choose to have guns, then they get to choose to have their guns. And if you are uncomfortable, fuck yourself, die.
Well, no, like if you want to have your guns, you may have to learn a lesson. You may live your life peacefully, not have to do anything with firearms.
So if I'm a person who's afraid to be around guns and I live in a society that you propose,
Yeah,
I have to stop myself in my house and stay inside all day because I'm afraid to be around the guns and I don't have the right to say otherwise.
Well, why would you be barricading yourself inside? I mean, even today, like even today, in a place like California, gun-free zones, right? There's not
But you
always
don't
gun.
want them. In your society, those don't exist.
Yeah, but you're saying a gun-free zone, complete society, gun-free zone. It's going to be the same thing. Like the bad guys are going to have guns. They're going to know nobody else has guns. Like, what if the cops don't have guns? What if nobody else has guns except for the bad guys?
But then how, if absolutely nobody has guns, then how, I mean, look at the UK. The UK has almost no gun violence.
But they'll find a way, bows and arrows, whatever, man. Like they'll find a way to fight you and try to take over.
That's the thing. See, that's where the argument falls out. Now, I just want to point out, I just want to be very, very clear before everyone gets their panties in a wad and goes, Jesse hates guns. I'm playing devil's advocate and I'm doing it for a reason.
No, I understand. But
I know you understand. I know the chat sometimes
it's
gets
just
upset,
it's very absolutist when it comes to
here's
not
the
being
thing,
so
though.
open-minded. Yeah.
That's I no, and I don't disagree, but I think that the other side doesn't realize how absolutist they are at the same time. The side that says everyone should have guns is equally absolutist as the side that says nobody should have guns. Sweet Pea, I love that you have guns. I want to have guns. But I just don't think anybody who was pro-gun has any actual sympathy for people who are afraid of guns. And
I think they want to teach them though. I think they like somehow they don't want these people to be afraid. They really don't.
Cody,
I don't think
Dion's afraid of horses. There's no reason to be afraid of horses.
No.
Does Dion have to get over his fear of horses?
Doesn't have to, and I don't think he should be forced into anything.
Great.
But,
so then why should people have to be forced to get over their fear of guns?
They shouldn't be.
Think it's irrational.
They shouldn't be forced, but I think a lot of more people are open to teaching them and bringing them into being okay with them.
What if they don't want to? Why should they have to?
I mean, they don't have to, but like I said, that's a very absolutist viewpoint. Like I don't want this at all.
That absolutist viewpoint. There's a lot of. I mean, you're pretty absolutist on the gun side. So
no, like I said, if you want to have one, you have one. If you don't, you don't. But don't say I can't have one completely because that's not fair. That's absolutist. Just like saying you have to have a gun, keep one in your house. You have to go to the training range. Like there's a completely different side to that absolution as well. Like I could say everybody has to own a gun.
Well,
everybody has to have training. There has to be training in school. Like there doesn't have to be.
How do you justify an open carry society when there are people, lots and lots of people, who are very afraid of guns?
Because you have to. I think more people have to do it in order for them to be more comfortable with it. I think it's not a very.
They just have to get over it. So that's the problem. This is the problem I have. Your solution is they just have to get over it.
Well, no, it's kind of the mindset of the area too. Like living in California, like a lot more people wouldn't be okay with open carry society, right? Of course, but like I said, Midwestern area, you would be okay with it more or less. The bigger metropolis, like a big metropolis area, maybe not. Because like I said, like
not everybody is. That's the thing. So this is why I'm saying though, if you have concealed carry, everybody can conceal carry everywhere. Then you get to have your guns outside anywhere you want, carry it anywhere you go. And people who are afraid of guns don't have to know or be constantly confronted with that fear. So why isn't that an acceptable compromise for anyone? It's called compromise. You have to give something up. They have to give something up. Guess what? In this version of compromise, everyone gets everything they want. All you have to give up is the ability to wave your gun around. I mean, not wave it around, the ability to have it showing. All you're giving up is the ability to have it showing. All they're giving up is knowing whether people have it or not. And
but I think the ability to not have it showing can be, taken far. And it can be, well, why did he have his gun out of his house? Why did he take his gun out of his locker?
I don't think anyone can confuse concealed carry with it being stored elsewhere off your person.
But even like pulling it out of your purse when you think you're going to need it or something, like, oh, she had her gun out of her purse. Like that's not concealed carry, right? Like, I don't know. I think it can be taken a lot of different ways too. And I think when you're going to need these things, like, I think it's going to be a different story. Now, I think, having a gun.
If you hold it in your hand, that's not protected under open carry anyway. If you're holding it in your hand, you've now drawn your gun, and that's a different story. And you need just cause, whether you were open carrying or whether you were concealed carrying. It doesn't matter.
Yeah, there's a lot of mistrust in the society nowadays too. I mean, you know,
What is tell me, explain to me why you have to have your gun showing.
well, you don't have to have it showing, but I mean, if you'd like to have it holstered, that should be fine too.
Why? Explain to me why it's not an acceptable compromise to say, just put it under your clothes.
But I mean, like, I'm not saying like have it just like sticking out of your pants or something, but like, you know, have it properly holstered and you know, have to have like click a couple fucking things to get it out. But
why can't you just conceal it? What's the problem with that compromise? There are
'cause why
people who are viscerally afraid of guns, and it upsets them on a deep level to see a gun. And if you just put your shirt over it, then you get to carry your gun right past them, and they get to go about their merry, and everyone's happy.
yeah, but I don't really feel as safe just kind of sticking my gun in my pocket or kind of stick it in my hoodie or, you know,
They
like
make 1,012 different concealed carry holsters that are easy to draw from.
concealing. Like, what do you mean? Like conceal?
Holsters that are concealed under your person. They make ones that go around your waist. They make ones that go around your chest. They make ones that go across your back for longer firearms. They make all kinds of holsters that are intended to be carried underneath your clothes, completely concealed. That are easy to draw, that are just as easy to access as one that is sticking out of your clothes.
I don't know. I just don't see the problem with having just a holster just sitting on your side.
But somebody else does. And so why do you have such a problem with honoring somebody else's issues? This is the thing, right? You're not willing to compromise at all. You're like, they need to be open-minded. They need to see it my way. They need to see it my way. You won't see it their way.
Because it's absolutist.
You're just as absolutist. I'm proposing a compromise. I'm not even proposing you seeing it their way. I'm proposing you seeing it enough of their way to give in enough to make them comfortable, but not actually give up any of your freedom.
But I see.
Where in the Constitution does it say? I mean, we're talking American law. Nowhere in our Constitution does it say you have the right to carry openly.
But why can they? Why can they refuse? Why can they refuse education? Why can they refuse all this kind of stuff and still say no? You know, like why can they say no to education? Like why is it okay for them to say no to all this stuff when we have to abide to that? When like why can't they be educated just as much as you know?
I'm all for gun education. I think everybody should have it. But just because you educate somebody about guns and give them a class in safety doesn't mean they're ever going to be comfortable with it or want to have one. Yeah. You can't force them to. You can't force them to accept it. You can't
exactly. And that's not forcing them to do anything.
So then why can't you put it under your goddamn shirt so that everyone can be happy?
What's the difference if it's under your shirt or on your side?
The difference is that a person who is afraid of it has no idea it's there, and so they're not afraid.
I'm just saying, I think it can be taken farther than what it is.
If I have to walk a horse past a place that Dion is eating lunch, I don't have to alert him to the fact that I'm walking by on a horse. I can just walk right by without him noticing. And then he can go about his merry and not freaking him out. Or I could walk the horse right the fuck up to him and be like, hey, Dion, I'm on a horse. Guess what? I'm on a horse, and you have to deal with the fact that I'm on a horse right now because I need you to deal with this fact, even though you're afraid.
Yeah, but what's the problem? What's the problem with that person going up to that person and talking to them about it? Why can't they be
their horse up to them? A person?
No, I'm talking about a person with open carry. Like, you know, sir, like, why do you do that? Why would you?
Because they're already afraid of you because you're carrying a gun.
What if they're afraid of guns all the time? Like, what if
they are? That's the point. We're talking about the type of person who is afraid of guns all of the time. So why
very specific. So we're going to change all the laws for a very small specific group.
Who is changing any laws? I mean, maybe you guys have all these open carry laws. Not most states out here.
Well, we have the strictest laws ever. You know, we have no gun. Rights,
the thing is, open carry would be the law change. Why are you demanding this law change where everyone gets to wave their guns around and make everyone else?
No. And that's the thing. I don't agree with a lot of elements of open carry. You know, like I said, I don't mind. I don't mind pistol grips, or sorry, not pistol grips. Holsters, but like I don't like the idea of people having, you know, the shotguns or fucking rifles with them all the time.
That's fine, but
I don't like that.
Still open
because that's too much, and that's where I draw the line. And that's the thing. I don't agree with open carry completely. Because concealed carry is the best option, of course. Like you're still
proposing a law change. If it's open carry, you're still proposing a law change. Because a holstered pistol is still considered open carry. But
like if the guy with, you know, his jeans and a t-shirt, like, what is he gonna do if he wants to have a firearm? He can't. Or like we were saying, like under his shirt, like you're still gonna be able to see the gun.
Nope,
under
that's
his shirt.
Called printing. There are laws about that. You can't print. Very few states have open carry laws here. Most states have very stringent laws. Even a place like Vermont, where you don't even need a permit to carry concealed, anyone can buy a gun and carry concealed, has very clear laws about printing and flashing.
What if a guy has a tank top shirt and you can see the straps on him? Like, What if somebody thinks that's a gun? If it's not a gun, like, I don't know. I think people can take that and just kind of run with it. Where if you say you can have concealed as long as it's like just a pistol in, in a holster, and you have, it could
It's
only
not
because,
concealed, though. That's open.
only
Concealed-
because, yeah,
Concealed means you don't know they have it. That's the
Yeah.
the meaning of concealed carry.
yeah. I know like a lot of people in the chat are saying 2A and are open for like complete open carry everywhere. And like, I guess I don't agree, because I think that does scare people, having a fucking rifle out and having a shotgun out and walking in with a big fucking gun. But like I said, I think like having like conceal and carry, like that could be a police officer too. If it's conceal and carry like that, like they should. I think that the mindset should be the person that has their holster like that is a good person, and they shouldn't be worried about them doing
Why?
bad shit.
Because any bad person can just, that's the mindset. That's the attitude. If I'm a bad person, if I want to be a criminal, I'm going to look around. I'm going to go, okay, this is what the good guys with guns do. I'm going to copy them and then be a bad guy with a gun.
But this is where I'm kind of like, I'd say if you fuck up, it's gone. It's gone forever. You're not allowed to have it. And I know people
too. Those things where it's like, you fuck up and people are already dead. So like, great.
Yeah, but even like when you're like, it should be like when you start, you should be, have the option to get trained in school. And if the teacher's like, yo, this kid's a fucking psychopath, like, don't give this kid a gun.
That's why I like concealed carry laws, because concealed carry laws have rules about printing and flashing. And so they force you to understand the discipline of your firearm, understand how to carry it around without letting it show. And so if you respect those laws, then, you demonstrate that you're a responsible gun owner. That's why I prefer. If you can demonstrate that you can conceal carry without flashing your printing, then that's much more responsible than just showing it on your fucking, I'm a good guy, believe me, because I have a gun.
Open carry should be the same thing though. Like if you take that fucking pistol out, it should be like a police officer. If you take that fucking pistol out, there should be a reason. If there's not a reason, then you should be in fucking big trouble.
Yes, that's correct. But that's why I'm saying, of all the things being the same and all the rules being equal, then why not just have concealed carry? Because
I think it's just like a small element that I think should be forgiven, because I think in certain situations, like you could have a concealed carry pistol on the side that kind of blends into your pants almost type of thing, or it's like, it doesn't have to be tucked into your pocket, potentially unsafe. It could fall out. It could grab it or pick it up.
But
I think
the whole thing is that's the laws that for concealed carry require you to have it properly secured. If it does fall out, you get in a lot of fucking trouble for that.
And it should be the same thing. And the open carry should be the exact same thing.
Why does it have to be? Why does there have to be open carry? Why do I have to know you have a gun at any point? Why?
I think it's just in certain situations, like a guy,
Why?
like I said, t-shirt and jeans.
Why is it helpful?
Doesn't want to put under a shirt, like maybe it makes some itchy, that kind of shit, like just on the side. No, I don't
Here's,
think that's
all right, Brie Larson, or if you're looking at Hollywood A-lister right now, this makeup makes me too itchy, so I shouldn't have to. But this is like the most.
But you guys can just stick into a fucking purse or a satchel or something like.
Pussiest reasons to not want to carry concealed. Well, it makes me uncomfortable, or it's this. I don't want to wear my riding helmet because it messed up my hair, so I broke my fucking neck instead. Like, awesome, but like. This is why we can't get anywhere with society, though, because it's such a simple compromise. It doesn't cost you anything. It doesn't stop you from getting to carry your gun around.
It's small because that's such a small part of open carry. Just and not even like you can see the gun, like partially seen, like, oh, I can see the top of it type of thing. Like not like the whole fucking gun is hanging out. It doesn't have to be like Billy the goddamn kid walking down the fucking street and dangling his guns type of deal. That's not what I'm saying. Like that shouldn't be the deal at all. It should be, be able to access it quickly, but it should be tucked away to an extent. A kid shouldn't be like, oh, there's a gun in that guy. There's a gun right there. Like it should be like, oh, what's that on the guy's side right there? What's that in that pocket? I don't know. Not concealed to an extent, like you can still see it, but I don't know.
Why can't you just conceal it? It's just conceal it.
It's a small thing, but like I said, I think you should be able to do that at least, because I think otherwise it can be taken to something completely different. Like people can run with that kind of thing. Then it's like, okay, well, what is open carry now? And I think just saying like pistols, holstered, secure, perfect.
Why not just don't have open carry? Because it doesn't make a difference. June Wong.
It's one of those small things that I think, I don't know, because I think otherwise it could be taken for something else.
I'm agree to disagree. Jun Wong, see, the funny thing about it's funny you mentioned that, because I thought about that earlier. I was very mad about an abortion-related topic earlier, and I was like, I would make a video about this, but people are too stupid to handle the subject without, like, at least like you and I, look, we can go back and forth on this guns or whatever, and it's like, all right, whatever, we're just talking, You're used to my yelling, you know.
Yeah.
I know you don't take offense to it.
No, I love it. I love it. I love a little bit good debate. You know, I get like fucking mush mouth. I don't know what I'm talking about sometimes, and
Oh
too
yeah,
baked right now. But you know,
dude,
we're
no,
rolling
this is
along.
great. I'm surprised we got this riled. I'm like, we would roll right past all those deadlines, so we should probably do Mad Libs right quick.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yo, no, straight up though, I just don't think people are adult enough to have this conversation about it, Jinwoo. I have a lot of opinions about it, but no,
But
people.
there's so many good. There's so many good points on each side. Yeah.
What on the abortion side?
It's one of those deals where it's like you can't really just say like one side's right, because there's situations where I'd say one side's right, there's situations where I say the other side's right. You know, definitively, like I can't really say.
The only word
I'm so on the fence, and it fucking bothers me because I can't really make up my mind. And I know there's such good points.
where's the fucking Mad Libs book? The fuck is my Mad Lib? I'm looking for Mad Libs and I don't see it.
Yeah, like Zach Blackfire, like for sure. Like there's situations where I think it's called for, and like, you know, overall, I think there's some people who definitely abuse, and I think that's wrong. And it's like
Not actually going to talk about this. It's going to be a big, fat, ugly can of worms.
Yeah, I'm not picking sides. I'm just saying like it's an on the fence deal, and I don't think it's worth kind of fucking like poking at for the most part, because it's such a fucking, like you said, it's kicking a fucking you know, it's stirring the shit there. It's throwing shit at the wall. Yeah.
I think just like guns, people make the mistake with the abortion conversation of acting like it's black and white when it's not. I think that's sort of
it's up.
kind of
I drink, therefore I am. What's going on, buddy?
What's up, Liver? I modded you. I don't know if you saw it, but I got you modded. But yeah, no, I think it's people. It's another one. People just want to pretend that's a black and white issue. It's not a black and white issue.
No.
Baby I was like, dude, I can't handle it. I'm out of time.
No, there's so many goddamn angles. No, that's not fun.
Mad Libs.
We've had our political discussion for the day.
Jeff.
But this is the deal, guys, because you get high and you talk about shit.
Exactly.
Whatever shit just pops up. Gotta have Jeff. Come on.
1, 2, 3. 1, 2. Guys, chat. You're gonna have a noun first, so work on that. I'm gonna see if Jeff wants to do Mad Libs. Jeff.
Noun. That's person, place, or thing. See, I'm a real fucking dipshit when it comes to the spelling and punctuation, and when it comes to the lingo and the language of what all this crap's supposed to be. It's pretty sad, you know. I came from a second-rate school. They didn't really focus on teaching us too much, you know. For about half my grade 8 class, we pretty much did nothing. My teacher came up with some bogus. Well, our first teacher got pregnant, see, and she had to leave halfway through. So the second one, oh, Jesse's back. Okay.
What about pregnancy and what?
I was telling him about my grade 8 and how terrible my graduation was. Half of our year was basically doing one project, in which never got finished, and we basically just wasted fucking 4 months of the year just doing nothing. It was fun. It was fun.
I love it. Baby Outlaw, Whiskey, and Moonshine. I didn't record anything else. I think I'm going to put my riding video up. This
Moonshine.
Friday video. Those are the names of our horses. Well, Livers was Whiskey. Mine was Moonshine. And Sweet Peas was Jessie.
Of course. Of course.
All right. So Jeff is coming, but you have a noun. Were those your nouns? Oh, I love it, Sweet Pea. I'm totally taking one of those. Okay. Cody, you have a noun too.
Person, place, or thing, right?
Good job.
Okay. Yeah. Education, language. All right. Osama bin Laden. We're starting out hot and heavy tonight.
Oh my God. Jesus. Okay. Jeff, a verb, please.
Stay up. My fucking camera's shaking. Looks like goddamn SpongeBob's house gonna fall apart.
Earthquake or tidal wave.
Like, yo. Guy doing up there shit.
Bong water. Cuck. Weed. These are good nouns. Ooh. Maybe I should put weed though, because it is the weed stream. All right, chat. 1, 2, 3. A last name is what you guys have next. Just any last name. A plural noun, Cody. Multiple.
Okay.
Of something.
Multiple. All right. Santa's elves. I'm just like everywhere, eh? Just
Jeff, a noun, please.
Philosopher.
Chat last name Hooter Coot. Oh my god, old man Hooter Coot. Oh my god, Hooter Coot it is. Thank you, Sweet Pea, for reminding me of old man Hooter Coot. Fuck yes.
I hate my setup, man. Like it's like fucking Mr. Stark. I don't feel so good. This fucking thing. I hate that, man.
Oh, you're dusting away on us.
I hate this. It's like $40 fucking Amazon camera, probably made in China. Garbage.
I just like how you just look like you're low resolution when you get snowy like that. You're like an old TV.
Oh, it's ass. Oh, I love it.
Oh god. Chat, you guys are working on a number. Cody, you have an occupation. Oh man, Hooter Coot is a legend. I remember, Sweet Pea, you've told us the story of old man Hooter Coot.
Massage therapist.
Oh my god, yes. Perfect. The rapist. All right, 69. Shrevels, we probably have to pick that one. Jeff, you have a plural noun.
Hi, pancake. What's up, my mongoose?
Hookers.
2 hookers and an 8.
Oh,
Do you believe that I write this shit? 420 is also good. Oh, I should take 420 though, actually, because it's
that's proper.
it's the weed stream. It is the weed stream. All right, chat. You guys are doing great. You get a verb next. 5011. Oh, Zach Blackfire. We haven't used 5011 in a while. That is the greatest number. An adverb, an ly word.
Me? Huh?
Yeah, you get an adverb.
Oh, swimmingly.
Swimming. I love that. That's one of my favorite adverbs. Hi, pancake.
Very British.
Swimming.
Touch of Britain.
Touch of England. If you ever want to piss off sketch therapy, he's talking a British accent. He hates it, apparently. Adjective, s'il vous plaît, my love.
How about pedantic?
I like it. Okay. A verb from the chat. Fucking, percolating, shitting, studying.
You dirty fucking pigs. You
Cooter cleansing.
sleazy fucking bastards, you. I love all of you.
I kind of like shit. I'm just going to take shit.
They go to the darkest places. This is why I love these people. They're just horrible.
are.
I love them.
I
That's
love you,
awesome.
mindless mobsters. You are my everything.
They're like, yeah, shit, piss, fuck, yeah.
Fuck shit. Yeah.
Tits, balls, cocks, yeah.
Yeah. Assholes.
These people. Yeah.
Assholes. Bastards. Yeah. Plural noun, chat. Chat's gonna do plural noun next. Cody's gonna do an adjective. Go from British to shit. Back to Cody.
What the fuck is an adjective, Jesse? What is that?
It's a describing word. Describes a noun.
Cattywampus.
I can't believe you used that word. So I remember learning about dialects and being like, oh, some people call it kitty corner. Some people call it catty corner. Some people call it cattywampus. And I'm like, what? Yeah, that's
like a southern. That's a southern deal. I'm pretty sure that that word used. We need Sweet Pea, Baby All Out there to verify,
Yeah.
please. Verification on that one.
Magnum dogs. Thank you, Baby Outlaw, for these nuts. Oh God, your suggestions are amazing. Jeff, you have a part of the body, of course.
How about
Noose. You want to put it as
There's so many good choices.
put an asshole?
asshole? Okay.
Oh, chocolate starfish.
No hot dog flavored water here, my friend.
Ew. Ew. Yeah. Oh God. Big assholes. Boobs. Dildos. That's Zach Blackfire.
Look at these people. I love
These
it.
nuts. Big assholes. Magnum dongs.
Have they gotten even more greasier now? Like, or it's just always been this greasy with these people? You sickos, you savages.
All right,
Degenerate.
Magnum dongs it is, in honor of Frank's Magnum dong. All right, Cody, a noun. A noun from Cody. Cody.
Snoop Dogg.
So proud. Oh my god. Amazing. All right. And Jeff, if
Hail
it's
to the
just a
Israel.
number.
Did you pick 420 for?
Yeah,
I'm gonna go
420.
60.
69.
I feel like if there's two options for a number, and at one point in time, 69 for whatever reason wasn't the right number.
That's fair. All right, guys. Fairy sightings on the rise.
Oh God.
Since at least 1927, the fairy investigation of Osama bin Laden has met to stab and gather evidence of weed life in all of its reported forms.
Oh my.
This is sounding like fairy sightings. In the society's heydays, it boasted several famous Santa's elves, including decorated philosopher hero Lord Hootercoot and iconic massage therapist Walt Disney. Though many of their hookers were destroyed during World War 420, the society, this is all making so much sense. The society grew swimmingly over the decades until pedantic ridicule in the 90s drove the society to shit underground.
This sounds like a legit Onion article.
Where they should have been
This doesn't
shitting
sound
on.
like a broken Mad Lib.
Today, however, they'd appear to be as cattywampus as ever, with an active asshole book page and hundreds of devoted. I need to get on asshole book. It's where all the cool kids are.
Asshole book. Yeah.
And hundreds of devoted magnum dongs. A recent census conducted by the society shows Snoop Dogg sightings are on the rise, with 69 occurring in the past year alone.
Hell yeah.
It should have been 420 for the last day. For a year alone.
Oh, missed opportunities.
Well, we can always switch it and make it World
I
War
mean,
6.
War 420 is kind of a gem, though. I mean, you could put that on a fucking shirt.
Awesome,
That was pretty great. I do want to fight World War 420.
You kind of already are.
I've devoted to the
Yeah,
men.
like big fucking white print war, and then just 420 with a fucking pot leaf print in between letters.
So speaking of 420, edibles are only on sale tonight for 10% off. So our dispensary does like deals every day, and today is 10% off edibles. And we needed to get some edibles to take on our vacation. So Snoop Dogg sightings, yeah. So we're gonna have to go and buy some edibles because if we're not doing enough already.
Yeah, you guys are fucking right off out of town now, aren't you?
Yeah, we're going home for Passover and my dad's birthday and stuff. Hi,
Well,
Kai. Also,
I don't know if there's a saying for that, but good luck with that. Mazel tov.
thank you. It should be a fun trip. I'm looking forward to family. Can see my 96-year-old grandma who's still alive. Hooray! It's great.
Oh, that's cool. 96. Like, how many stories you can tell at that age? My goodness.
Yo, Sweet Pea! That's what's up. Can we please try to make this at the same time that Cody comes to visit? Because that would
Yeah, I got to see this in person for sure.
this is gonna happen. Oh, dude,
What's her experience? I forget. I don't think she's a big pot.
never has.
person.
She never has. It'll be her first time.
Never has.
Oh my God. Thank you, Mad Libs, for giving me the title of next Wednesday's stream. So, guys, in lieu of the matriarchy, we are going to do World War 420.
Yes.
War
Logos will be done. I promise.
420. At the after party to continue on 17 Live. If YouTube doesn't line up with you next 420, but 17 Live does, we should experiment with the group call function.
Yeah, I'll try it out. My phone's a piece of shit, but we'll have to get this set up, figured out with OBS or whatever. So
Yeah.
try it out. Because they said, was it if you don't have like the phone set up, I guess that phone resolution, then I guess people don't watch your stuff as much because it's, I don't know, wonky, I guess. So
Yeah.
I'll figure that out. I have to get that all figured out. Lots of fun shit to get figured out. I don't know. I'll probably start for sure for reels probably next month at some point.
Nice.
So that'll be fun.
For Cody and anyone else, I am doing a Q&A on the 21st. We're going to be doing a Q&A in the evening of the 21st to let everybody know. Just a little bit of onboarding, like a little bit of different things about the app and any questions you might have and stuff like that. So if you want to come to that, anyone else who's interested in streaming on 17 Live, shoot me an email, me.mindlessentertainment@gmail.com. It's me.mindlessentertainment. Don't just do it at Mindless Entertainment. And yeah, and let me know, and you'll get on the email list, and I'll be like, yo, this is when it's happening. Cool. So, oh my God, finally getting decent internet. Lord and Savior Elon Musk has heard my prayers. Yeah,
You
Starlink is on its way to Oklahoma.
lucky
They
bastard.
win.
Lucky
Lucky you, dude.
bastard.
That's
He
great.
says he's been going through some shit though. He says he's been having some pretty shitty internet. So
Yeah.
I guess I can't feel too
Oh,
jealous.
dude, no, trust me. He's gonna get ponies too. He's gonna get ponies. I'm gonna ride ponies.
Oh, that's
Ponies.
awesome.
Ponies. All right, ponies. I have to go while the weed store is still open.
Yeah.
This was wonderful as always, Cody. A pleasure to have you. I love that you're in a pineapple under the sea.
Yeah. Only you can prevent World War 420.
Only you can prevent World War 420. Smoke them while you got them. And
Yeah.
until next time, God Empress out. Ponies. Why isn't it ending?